You mentioned that one of the guards that you look up to or kind of your game off of in the NBA right now is Tony Parker. What specifically about his game?
I mean, Tony Parker is just a beast. I think he's made that transition of being a shooting guard or just a scoring guard into being a point guard. Like, that's something I am. I'm a scoring guard, but I can attack and make plays for others. And I think that's what he did in the beginning of the year, where he just scored most of the time. And now he's doing a little bit of both, of knowing when to score and when to get other guys involved first and get them going. Then you can get yourself going, because you know you can get yourself going anytime. And just little things like that he knows how to do now. And the way he changes speeds and the way he can finish at the rim at his height is pretty amazing. So that's why I like watching him.
And what did you think about his MVP performance this year?
I mean, he did have MVP performance. He deserved to be at the top for the MVP race. Obviously, LeBron was by far MVP, but other than him, I mean, Tony Parker should have been in that conversation, which he was. I think it's crazy. He's gotten older, and I think this is his best year yet, along with that MVP, Finals MVP year he had. So it's amazing.
Yeah. For you, obviously, scouts are going to dissect your game in a whole bunch of different ways, but one of the hot topics with you is just your confidence. Some scouts seem really hot, and it's a big plus. Other teams may think you're a little overconfident. What's your take on all that talk?
I mean, at the end of the day, I can just be me. I can't be anybody I'm not. And what I am is I'm a confident person and player, but it's never come about in a negative way. I mean, every team that I've played for, I've never had a problem with my coaches or my teammates. I don't know everything. I like to learn from Coach K and Coach or whoever I'm coached by. They've been in this business or game, whatever you want to call it, longer than I have. So I like to learn from them. I don't see why a GM would want a player that doesn't have confidence. I don't get it. All the good players have confidence. It's just if do you have the right healthy ego and confidence, and that's what I have. I would never be cocky or arrogant or something like that could hurt the team. I never have, and I never will be.
Quick question. Your dad, being an NBA veteran, as he said, I don't expect you to name names here, but as he said, Austin, I hope you get drafted by ABUC, or please, I hope DEF doesn't draft you. Is that, off the record, I'm just kind of curious if that came up, without naming names.
Well, I mean,
I'd be surprised if it didn't, but
no. He has his opinions and stuff like that.
Okay.
He's been in the league for however long, and he has his opinions about certain teams. But I think my dad, as much as he's a coach, at the end of the day, he's a dad. He'd be happy wherever I go. He just wants to see me succeed, and he just wants me to be in the NBA and compete. And in his mind, he hopes I drop. Maybe he could draft me or something like that.
I think he might want to avoid that problem, but the nepotism aspect.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I wouldn't have a problem just because I have a great relationship with my dad. Obviously, I don't expect to, and I don't hope I do. I just hope I go, wherever I go. Like I said, my competitive side of me wants to go as high as possible, and then there's the other side of me is like, man, just go somewhere that fits you perfectly. So I just want a little bit of both. Hopefully, I go high, good pick that fits me. And,
did your father mention the nepotism that could be a concern where if things did work out a certain way that could cause an awkward moment?
I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, when you are a professional, you're expected to handle situations like that, or you're expected to handle any situation. So if I were to go with my dad, we'd have to be son, father off the court, player, coach on the court.
But you can see the public relations aspect.
Yeah,
it's a distraction. I don't think you'd need it this point.
I mean, it would be media, but if people would say stuff, but at the end of the day, they've said stuff my whole life. I don't care. I play basketball, and I play to win. So the other things, can motivate me or help me, And like I said, it would be a different aspect. It would be a little different, something I'm not used to and he's not used to, but it is what it is. And at the end of the day, playing in the NBA, playing with players like Rondo, KG, and Wright wouldn't be bad. So
I think we agree on that.
It is what it is. But I don't expect it to happen. I don't think it'll happen. But if it happens, it happens.
Austin, at the Combine in Chicago,
he would have to go out of his way probably to criticize you or just to prove to the rest of the team. I just think, wouldn't that be kind of difficult?
It would be tough, but the thing is, the type of coach my dad is, he's tough on everybody. So I think if anything, he wouldn't do that because then he would purposely show like he's doing. I think with a team like the Celtics, he didn't have to do that. I think if you're with a young team who's a little more immature, maybe in ways you might have to show that he's being more tougher. I think when you have guys like Rondo, Ray, they know that the deal. They know he's not going to be less tough on me. He doesn't have to prove that, and that's probably a luxury that guys that will, later in the draft get. You get to play with those guys that they're like true professionals. So, I don't think that'd be an issue.
Austin, at the Combine, you said that you feel like you can play both point guard and shooting guard. Do you feel like through this draft process you proved that you can play the point guard position?
Yeah, I mean, I can, just because of my ball handling ability and my willingness to, or the way I can attack the basket and attack the lane. I can create for people, not only just score. And I think that's what the great point guards in the NBA do right now. You can't say one point guard in the league right now that doesn't score. Deron Williams is a scoring point guard. Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, Tony Parker, all the top 4 point guards are a scoring point guard. Rondo, for us to win this year, had to score. I mean, you have to be able to not only get everybody involved, but you have to be able to score yourself, and that's what I think I can do.
So are you expecting to play point guard primarily in the
Yeah,
NBA?
I think I'll play a little bit of point guard, and that's the thing. That's where I think I'm expected to play a little bit of that. But at the same time, I think I'm expected to play 2 guard as well. If I'm with a team that has a good point guard and they're in the game, I can be the 2 guard. If he's out the game, I can be the 1 guard. And I think that's a luxury. A lot of guys, a lot of people, general managers, whatever, like to kind of like pigeonhole you into one position as if it's a negative. You know, I never see it as a negative. I don't see why like a shooting guard who has point guard ball handling abilities would be a bad thing. You know, so I think that's just a positive thing to be a little bit more diverse for a team.